on, Jack Sauce, Eric here. It is day 7. Day 7, man. We're already over halfway, officially over halfway, done with the first box of the 2024 Bitterpops Advent Calendar. Man, time flies when you're having fun. Some great beers. Yesterday's beer, man, that Martin House Golden peanut butter golden stout, that was fantastic, man. That's a slow sipper. The rest of that took me a little while to get through. Just it's roasted, it's big and bold. It was just a great beer. We've had some fun beers in this box, man. Completely different. Now, if my calculation's correct, behind door number 7, we should have another big bold beer. And then if I really nailed it, day 8 we'll have some sort of palate cleansing, lighter style, maybe Pilsner, lager. We'll see what happens. Excited. But day 7, let's get to it, man. It's a good day for a beer. If I can get the cardboard. You've heard me complain about it every day. Don't have to keep going with it. Day 7. What do we play? I can tell this. I don't even have to even look at the can to know what this is going to be. This is a local favorite around here. These guys brew beer 5 minutes from my house. And they're really good at it. We have Hop Butcher, man. This is the little pizza table. Hop Butcher. These guys are undoubtedly the king of hops here in Chicago. And yes, you heard me just a couple days ago complaining about how I don't like big hoppy beers. I do like hops a lot. I don't like the palate killers. I don't like the ones where you taste it and you just can't taste anything else for a couple hours. These guys do it, and they do it well. They hit you hard, they hit you heavy, but it tastes good, it's well balanced, and it's artful. It's once again artful science. They're also very good at stouts, if you will. They have a great peanut. They actually have a great peanut butter stout. I wasn't even going to mention that, but they have a great peanut butter stout called Fat Bear. It's like peanut butter chocolate stout. Fantastic beer. But they also have one called Minted, which is kind of one of the beers that made them popular. One of the things Hop Butcher loves to do, they are all about Chicago. And we'll talk about the name in just 2 seconds, but Hop Butcher's thing is being kind of relating their beers to Chicago things. They have beers based on crinkle cut French fries, tavern style pizza, jardiniere, the Chicago style hot dog, and they have Minted, which is a mint stout using the same oils that Frango mints have in them. I mean, you've all seen Frango mints. They are a Chicago classic. You know what I mean? This too, kind of referencing pizza, little pizza table. This is, I'm sure, a reference into the tavern style pizza that we all know and love here in Chicago. Some of the best pizza in the country. I know New York's, I will give credit to New York. Pizza is fantastic. New Haven pizza is fantastic. But I think Chicago style pizza is as good as anyone. And if you get the right tavern style pizza, man, it's out of control. So Hop Butcher, it's actually Hop Butcher for the World is their name. It's kind of taken, it's a play off a Carl Sandburg poem called Chicago, where he refers to Chicago as the hog butcher of the world. Back in the day, this is a reference to the Union stockyards, where, you know, pig and beef was butchered all on the south side of Chicago. All the rail, essentially, from the United States, all came here and met in the Union stockyards, where people were getting their pig or their pork, and they were getting their beef and whatnot. And it was kind of the hub of all things. I mean, all the rail came to here. Obviously, that is long gone, but it's a cool name. Good play on that. Hog Butcher for the World, Hop Butcher for the World. Hops because they love hops. Butcher because I like the way they do this. As someone who butchers a lot of meat, they say they're knowledgeable like a butcher, and they show the love for their beer like a butcher does for the meat that they're processing. I absolutely love that. And then for the world, just as that's what they're doing. They want to make beer for the world. Their can art, which is done by a local artist, is done to just kind of appeal to people. They want to be open and welcoming to everybody, and I appreciate all of that. So let's get into this beer. If you can't tell, I'm a fan. I like what they do. And for the longest time, they brewed out a very small space, and they did Thursday drop-offs. They still do their Thursday drop-offs at all the bottle stores, like Bitterpops, which is kind of like, it's fun. For a long time there, when they were just such small production, you know, Thursday was, oh, if you want to get the latest Hop Butcher, you got to get to your bottle shop early, you got to get the Bitterpops early, and it was always fun to drop off, and you can go grab them. Now they're a little bit larger. They're brewing in the old Half Acre brewery off of Lincoln if you're from Chicago. Like I said, not far from my house at all. Great, great beers. So, like I said, they are Chicago's king of the hazies. They are king of hops. Speaking of which, I wanted to talk about the hops that are in here because I didn't even read that. They're right here. The Citra, which you know, citrus flavors. Simcoe, which is where you're going to get kind of a pininess from, which I'm sure I can smell that right off the bat here. Hello, Jackson. And then they have something called Nelson Sauvin, which is a very cool hop. I think it's from like New Zealand or something like that. And it's Nelson Sauvin. It gets its name from the Sauvignon Blanc grape and wine. Why? Because it kicks off that kind of cool weather Sauvignon Blanc style flavors, aromatics. The mineralities and the fruits that come out of that, pineapples and whatnot. It's kind of a cool hop. It's one of those kind of designer hops that I actually know about. With a wine background, I think it's kind of cool. I always love when wine and beer kind of come together, seeing that they're both, you know, wine and or art and science in a glass, so to speak. So like I said, they're kind of king of the hazies. These unfiltering processes, the stopping the flocculation or keeping the you know, getting all the grain and the spent junk from the hops and whatnot together and just letting it be in there, letting it be part of the beer. Which will add to the aroma and the flavor and of course the texture of the beer. If you're a hophead, I wish you could smell this because you're getting all the pleasure that you would derive from a big hoppy beer, but just perfectly balanced. There is definitely pineapple up front. The citrus comes through, the beautiful resiny, piney kind of qualities, a tar, lots of white flowers, a little bit of white pepper. There is a vegetative kind of green, almost like jalapeno kind of quality in there. Ooh, ooh. That's cool. The Nelson Sauvin is really prominent on the palate. There's grape, green grape throughout this beer. Tropical hints. Minerality, kind of a slaty kind of flavor, but the Citra it comes out with that lemon pith, and then of course the piney kind of balance. This is not a bitter beer, if that makes sense. There is bittering qualities to it. It's definitely a hoppy beer, but it's not a bitter beer. It's just a really well-rounded, satisfying beer, and man, I never get tired of Hop Butcher. That's day 7, guys. I'm going to go sit back and relax and enjoy the rest of this. This is a cool beer. Let's see if I'm right tomorrow, day 8. I am predicting some sort of lager-style lighter beer. We'll see. I could be wrong, but you never know. Bitterpops, this has been a good box so far. Have a great night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers. Gotta jump back in here because I wish I could explain to you the way this beer has changed, the intensity of this beer, the flavors of this beer has changed since it's warmed up a little bit, and I've been just enjoying it on the couch, winding down for the evening, man. The grape notes on this, that Nelson Sauvin, that hop is just so cool. There's so many notes of green grape and pineapple and like that minerality and stuff. This is a really cool IPA. I just had to jump in and say that. Cheers, guys.